Taylor Watch.
Welcome back to another episode of Taylor Watch. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday today. We're recording on a Tuesday, so apologies that we're a little bit later than usual.
Sorry, y'all.
But listen, not a lot went on this weekend, so we thought,
I'm walking in.
Hey, I'm walking over here.
It was my dad's birthday, so we took the day off.
It was Gia's dad's birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to your dad.
Thank you.
And yeah, that's basically it. But really though, there really wasn't a whole lot going on in Taylor's world. Obviously, as we know, the tour has ended in Europe, and we are on our break right now.
We are on our break.
We are on our break. Right.
We
were on a break.
Oh, it feels so nice to relax on our little time off.
Yeah, I know. Wow, I needed it. I really needed this time.
Yeah.
But in the wake of the break, everybody's still booked and busy. So it's not as if it's not really, it doesn't seem as if it's much of a break at all. A couple of things. We're going to talk about all the like privacy issues people are having. We got paparazzi bad. No. And then we have, maybe we'll talk a little bit about Chappell Roan in that. We'll also talk about the, did you read that long, so fucking long, I didn't even make it to the end, the Charli XCX.
I didn't read it.
I read enough.
Okay. Good.
And it's good. My tone is whatever. It's just was so long. That, then also Travis. Travis is so, congrats.
Busy.
Big announcement. Actually, let's start with that. Let's start with Travis and Jason specifically. Congratulations to them signing a $100 million deal
with Amazon.
For New Heights.
Yeah.
Is it Amazon or does Amazon
It was like
own
Amazon
that?
Wondery. Yeah, I think Amazon owns them. Is what I saw.
Because I've heard of Wondery a long time ago.
I have no idea what that is.
They like kind of popped up. I don't even know, years and years ago. I remember people being like, "Oh, Wondery," and I was like, "Oh, good luck." You know, it's like too little, too late.
Is it like a
media? And if they're in Amazon, they were like a. Same as like a Spotify or like just a podcast service. Not so much music streaming, but anyway, at the time at least. And if they're owned by Amazon now, shelling out $100 million for New Heights. Congrats, get that bag, boys.
Yeah,
get that bag.
I guess
honestly, they deserve it.
Yeah, no, they definitely deserve it. New Heights is such a great podcast. I am a what do they call them? 92%er.
Yeah. They're just they're good guys. They do a lot of research.
Good guys,
and they were very. They're very welcoming to Swifties.
Oh, yes. That's what I love. And my favorite is when they do, like, the no dumb questions, and it's always, like, Swiftie accounts. They're like, and Jason's like, all right, this question's from Tavis Slay 887. And they're like, what?
Swiffer Party 452.
They're like, Taylor Swift lover sexy Travis daddy 69.
Travis and Taylor are married 1989 87 13. Reputation
like,
reputation when?
Yeah.
All in one name. And that's my burner. Yeah. By the way.
That's so I really do appreciate, because you see how people can turn away from like a I even forget his name right now, the comedian that all the girls were obsessed with, Matt his name?
Rife?
Matt
like
Rife.
Like this, got a little no bottom side.
Oh.
Yeah, you got it.
What was it?
Girl. I don't know. It was a little fuzz, I think.
Okay.
But you're good now.
Matt Rife was in such hot water because he was like, I don't want any women. I don't want my women fans. Like, I want to cater to everyone, whatever. And then you go on Jason and Travis's side, where they accept and adapt to all the new fans that they're getting.
Adapt is the right word, because I think that that it's one thing when you're chopping it up with the boys, and it's another when you're trying to gain a large audience like that. And like you said, I think that the incorporation of the no dumb questions, and I think obviously the occasional, we can't lie and pretend like this podcast would be as successful as it is if Travis didn't start dating Taylor Swift. Like, that's obviously a huge part of this.
Yeah, totally.
I'm sure it would have been successful. It would not have been $100 million sale after 2 years successful. You know?
I think the brothers in the Super Bowl, that helped them a lot. But I definitely agree that
I think helped them kick it off.
Yeah.
That's when they started it, right? Was right after that?
No, they started it before. I'm pretty sure.
So it's been going for maybe 3 years.
Yeah,
then?
I'd say so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's great. So they busted their ass. They got to they got this show going. They've got their flow. They've got everything great about it. And then all they needed was that extra push, and that was the Swifties. Yeah. So congrats to them.
Congrats to them.
Congrats to
seriously.
Swifties. And yeah, you're right. Again, they incorporated us, and they it's very informative, and if you're not a football mind, it doesn't really matter because the way they explain things is easy to digest.
Very easy to digest.
So shout out to them. Big shouts.
Shout out.
What else is Travis? Travis is so booked and busy. I've never seen a more employed man in my life.
Of course I forgot my notebook, but he is gonna have 127.
Yes, I saw that too.
Nationally aired. Oh yeah, the tweet.
Did we send it? Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's 127
commercials, right?
Commercials, yeah. For this year or something like that. Many. We sent so many. It's insane.
think it's honestly I'm never gonna be able to find. I don't know if I saw the same tweet, but I don't know.
Should I go run and get my notebook?
I think it was 127. I think you're right about that. 127 commercial appearances, which means that he has more commercials. Let's see. I'll just look it up right now.
He has more commercials than like half of the NFL, or like
I think it's like
majority.
The whole NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tight end Travis Kelce will have 127 nationally aired TV ads, which is more than double any other player in the league. In the past 30 days, commercials featuring Travis Kelce have had over 83,000 airings. That's more than anyone in the world. So Travis is just he's the guy on the screen.
No,
like Travis is the guy. He heard guy on the screen, and
he's
he heard like
I'll take that.
Oh, I guess whenever Travis is in town, like I'll say guy on the Chiefs. But when he's not, I'm still gonna say guy on the screen. So Travis is like, okay, then I will also be the guy on the screen. And here I am in 127 commercials.
He's on the screen. You know, some people may say he's on the screen a little too much.
Some people say sit this one out, Trav.
It is kind of crazy how
I love
every single football game there's at least 2 commercials with
for sure.
Travis Kelce in them.
You know what is so funny, actually, Gia, is that I am not fatigued by Travis Kelce in commercials because I don't watch.
I don't care. He's hot.
No, of course he's hot, but I don't watch sports programming ever.
Yeah.
So whenever we watch football games or whenever things happen where I happen to be watching sports programming, I'm always very interested in the commercials because I never see them. I'm always like, oh my God, what's this? Like, how cute. Oh my God. Affleck? Oh my God. Like, it's always some shit like that.
Yeah, meanwhile, like, they're literally showing the same commercials
right.
over
So it's
and
brand
over.
new to me when I tune in. But,
that's funny.
But, you know, everybody else.
Hopefully there's some new ones for this football season.
I'm sure there is. There will be.
But that is a crazy number. 127 is fucking crazy.
And it basically, or it barely scratches the surface on what he's up to, because I think that last time, this is also, we're going to use this episode as like a catch-up episode. We started talking about some things and then never like followed up on them. One specifically is Travis. I know we talked a little bit about him being in Grotesquerie.
Yeah.
Did we ever talk about him being in Happy Gilmore?
Yes, we did.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah,
well, never mind then. Take back everything I said. But regardless, he's got Happy Gilmore 2
he's
on
got
the
that
horizon. He's got
Loose Cannon or whatever it's called.
Loose Cannon, whatever. He's in some movie. Then he's got the Grotesquerie. He's got Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity?
Yep. And then 127 commercials.
127 commercials.
This guy's about to get an Emmy.
He like doesn't doesn't have a day off. Like he works just as hard as Taylor, and that's what's so exciting about the fact that they are able to make this work. They just like respect each other's work ethic. I
saw some bullshit headline. I want to say it was from like Daily Mail or Page 6 or something, and it was like, Travis's private jet, like Travis leaves Taylor's Rhode Island home very early in the morning. Like, we wonder why. Like, why was he leaving so early? It's because he has a job.
I was like, because he's busy.
And he's booked and busy. And it's
about to start in like 5 days.
No,
like,
literally.
What do you mean? Oh God, these people. I
they
swear.
always try to skew.
Well, then that's a perfect segue into Rhode Island. And so, Taylor and friends and family were in Rhode Island this weekend, and good for them. Happy for them. Love it. Honestly, none of our fucking business. Someone is taking photos from like the ocean. Like they're on a boat in the ocean with a zoom lens taking photos on Taylor's back fucking deck. It's insane.
It's insane.
It
reminds me of
makes me sick.
Princess Diaries when she goes to like the beach party.
Oh, 100%.
And then they find like the paparazzi like so far away with the
helicopter.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So crazy.
They shine the spotlight on her and they try to make her look like she's like fucking around.
Like in making out in the changing thing.
Beach shack.
So crazy.
So fucked up, that's Taylor, by the way. When you share those photos, that's what you're doing.
That's who you're hurting.
You're hurting Mia Thermopolis.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to see that.
I am very confused. They must have extremely magnified lenses, obviously, but like her house is visible. Like you can walk that beach. like in front of her house.
Yeah. Okay.
So I do wonder if they're just like standing on the beach, which is fucking crazy.
Which is so nuts.
And like,
it's not a private
just
beach?
like, no, I'm pretty sure it's not. I'm pretty sure in front of her house, like you can walk past it. I may be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I've never really
seen
looked.
people like on the beach, like looking up at the house. So like, I don't know.
So maybe you can. I've only been to oh my God. Oh, scared me so bad. Wait, who was that?
I don't know.
I just screamed like it was.
That was crazy scream. That did scare. Well, you scared me.
I was just screaming. So like.
Well, that was my fault because I just realized now that we were supposed to be in studio 2, but I just set up in here because I'm so used to setting up in here. Yeah.
Well, it's like whatever.
Sorry,
Just
Billy.
go to the other one. Sorry, Billy. But wait, that was so. My friends always make fun of me because I like.
No,
jump
I'm very
at everything.
skittish too.
But that was like I think because I was just so in my train of thought.
You're very. We were very
so
focused
on what's happening. I'm talking about Rhode Island. It just really scared the hell out of me. Anyway, so anyway, I've only been to Newport a couple of times.
Yeah,
and I've done that like the like
Let me look it up.
ocean walk or whatever. Doesn't she like live near that? I would assume.
I think she lives near Newport. I forget the name of the town that she lives in.
Do you know what I'm talking about? That's like all the big ass houses that people walk. Cliff Walk? The Cliff Walk.
No,
That's
I don't
what
know.
It's called. It's in Newport, and I always,
Watch Hill is the name of the town.
Watch Hill, I think, is like right next to it. But regardless, why? I wonder. Let's see.
Yeah, like I think.
Cliff Walk.
Most expensive private home. High Watch is the name of the town, which is so interesting.
So it's like you walk. Yeah, it's by like the breakers. You walk this whole thing like along the coastline, and you can walk, but there's like all these houses, all the like massive.
You know what? I think I'm wrong.
Stuff.
I think it is private in the front. I don't even think there's even really any beachfront in the front.
So crazy. No, there's not really. Based on like
it seems like the beach is more on the side.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But I mean, people are.
Look.
People have access to it somehow.
Like there's people down there.
Yeah, look at that. Maybe it's like across.
There's the house. You know.
Yeah.
So
people are posting up somewhere and taking fucking photos of her with zoom lenses and whatever. But I just think it's like, I just don't understand. Like I know that people are greedy, and I know that they see an opportunity and they're trying to seize it, and they think that that's like, you know, who cares? I'm just getting their money. I'm getting my money. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. It's like, have a little humanity about you. You know what I mean? It just makes me so upset. Like I don't.
It's such an invasion of privacy, and also like, what are you? I guess if you're a paparazzi, it is a lot of money, but like these pictures are like so grainy and like so blurry. Like,
I know. I think it's like the fact that they like now know where she is the thing. Like, nobody knew where she went to after she got back from London, and now it's like, well, where's Waldo?
Yeah,
she's in Rhode Island, and it's like,
right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
really
upsetting.
disappointing. And you know what I really hate more about it is the fact that I see like so many Swiftie Twitter accounts sharing all these pictures, being like Travis and Taylor in Rhode Island, and it's like, we're the Swiftie accounts. Like we're the ones that are supposed to be like protecting her, kind of in a way. Like sharing these photos is giving the people taking them, you know, more ammo to take more ammo, more reason to take the pictures in the first place. So the more you share it, the more people are like, oh, people want to see this, people want to buy these pictures from me.
Right.
So I just don't understand what goes through people's minds, or at least Swiftie accounts on Twitter and Instagram, whatever, being like, I'm gonna share these super invasive pictures of her that like we can't even really tell who's who and what's what, and there's kids there, which is a whole nother thing.
Yeah,
like it was like
it's clearly a family like vacation weekend, and it's none of your fucking business, really. It's not like it's just it's really just it's upsetting. But off of what you said about something you just said.
Swiftie accounts.
The Swiftie accounts, yeah. So the Swiftie accounts sharing it. I'm on two sides of the fence with this. I wonder if those Swiftie accounts are actual Swiftie accounts, or if they're just people posing as Swiftie accounts to share these fucking images, which would be insane. And also part of that, if it's not, that's not the case. It's not fans. You're not a Swiftie if you're sharing these paparazzi photos. Like, you're not.
Yeah.
That's just bottom line. You're not. And two, I think with all of this stuff coming up after Chappell Roan's post about wanting to be like, you know, just because I'm a celebrity doesn't mean you're entitled to my bullshit, whatever. I think in the wake of all that, now doubling down and doing like, being a prime example of kind of what she's talking about. So let's talk about that for a minute. What do you think about that? I have mixed feelings. I think the tone was bad.
Yeah.
But I think that the tone is also somehow necessary to understand how serious she is.
Yeah, you kind of have to be like a little, I don't want to call her rude or anything, because like I have seen crazy stuff about Chappell Roan.
Borders.
She was stern.
What's it? Not borders. What's the word? Not borders. Boundaries.
Oh, boundaries.
Yeah.
So for some context, there was a Twitter account. I think they may also have an Instagram called Midwest Princess HQ. It was a fan account for Chappell Roan, run by like 3 or 4 girls. One of the girls was basically like, people were like so pissed off at her because she like found out where like Chappell Roan's mom worked and like was sharing addresses and
what
was
the fuck?
super,
I didn't
like,
know this.
Yeah, like super invasive stuff, like basically stalking her.
Of course.
They kicked her out.
It is stalking. Those crazy paparazzi photos, also stalking.
Yeah, anyway. Totally. So that's kind of where Chappell Roan's.
That was her breaking point.
Was that moment.
I didn't know what was.
Yes, because there was this whole issue with
then of
these
course
fan accounts.
She wrote that shit. It's about a mom and I mean, come on.
I think where her sister worked.
Oh
it was
my
like
God.
where one of her family members.
That
worked.
makes a lot more sense, honestly.
Yeah, and so then she. And then like some other thing came out where like she was like waiting in line for the airport and like people were like taking pictures of her like without her knowing, and she was like super upset about it, which I get. Like taking pictures of someone without them knowing is so fucking creepy.
I hate that.
Even
it's weird.
My level of whatever, I wouldn't even call it fame, of
fandom?
being known in public is not even an 0.1% of what Chappell Roan goes through, but I sometimes will experience people taking pictures of me, taking pictures of me and Francesca,
of course,
secretly, and I'm like, this is so weird. Like, why?
Nothing worse.
Like,
where
are you putting that? Like, who are you sending it to?
You know why? It goes to like a group chat of friends, and then either it's like, oh my God, look at this, who I saw, or it's like, oh my God, this fucking bitch is here. And it's like, that's all you think about.
All you think about.
That happens to us when we go to the shore, depending on like who's around. Like, I've caught. Like I saw when we were at the shore one time, and there were these girls going around, and they were trying to take pictures of Rhea and Marty, and I could like see them take pictures of them and like sending them in text, and it like, you say nothing about it, and they didn't care. It's like a weird. I don't know.
So
it's weird to see. It's weird to watch happen to your friends. It's weird to happen to you. It's weird to you feel protective. You feel like, well, now this isn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not that.
Like you can't even go out and have fun without like having a little fear of like being exposed for something.
For sure. Yeah. And I think that Chappell Roan herself has been very transparent in the fact that she does have anxiety about those things, and she doesn't like to be like. She even says all the time, like Chappell Roan is a project. Like I am not her, like whatever. Which I do think is a hard thing to like. Help people realize.
Yeah, like you're not Hannah Montana. Like
right. Like
you're gonna go out and people are gonna know who you are.
Ideally, every celebrity gets to be Hannah Montana, but unfortunately, Chappell Roan has like bright fucking red hair, and like she looks exactly the same on and off. So it's like you can't, But anyway, so she puts out this statement, and a lot of celebrities were agreeing with her, and like liking the post and kind of just sympathizing with her and everything. And I understand completely. I think that Chappell Roan is saying something now and doing something now before things get so out of control. So maybe right now the attitude towards her is like, oh, she's ungrateful or whatever. But down the road, people will know like, okay, she's a serious artist and I respect her and I won't fuck with her in public.
No.
Whereas like Taylor Swift, and I like, we've always said this about Taylor. She's too nice, and she can be a lot meaner, I think. I think she's got the backing. She can be a little more flippant. She can be. She gives us everything. She doesn't have to do that. I think is what I'm getting at. But she has always been so like fan first, and she's trusted us to keep that same energy and that same respect. And there are so many, fans. I say that with quotes because you're not a fucking fan if you act like that towards Taylor,
like a crazy person,
and you betray her trust. Which then it's like, what's the fucking point of this whole thing? It's like, how can she feel safe? Being this beacon for all of us when there are so many people who like crazy fucking shark eyes. And they're like Taylor Swift. Like you have to remember that she's a person. You have to remember that she's a normal human being. She's going to her home and she's in her backyard on her porch entertaining guests, and that's no place for photos, and it's not your place either to share these photos and to spread them around. I think it's fucked up.
Yeah, no, I think people were maybe just taken aback by the way Chappell like presented it online.
Obviously she was like a little,
But like honestly,
she's fed up,
you
man.
have
She's
to be like that in order for people
Right.
to take you seriously.
People
It's
don't
really
listen.
annoying that women have to come off in a certain way for people to take them seriously, but they have to.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know. There's some funny stuff on Twitter about like
I'm
like
cracking up
people
at the memes,
asking
obviously.
for Chappell Roan for a picture
kids in
and
the
her
hospital.
like smacking them in the face and like punching them.
Did you see the one with this?
Yeah.
Like,
Lana Del Rey like visited a girl in the hospital and they're like Chappell Roan would have literally kicked her in the gut.
No, Chappell Roan would have pulled the plug is what she said. It's fucked up. Twitter's so fucked up.
No.
Like funny jokes, obviously.
Do I think fans asking for a picture, do I think that's harassment? Absolutely not. Do I think the way that people go about asking for pictures, can that be harassment? Yes.
Absolutely.
Do people have a complete lack of boundaries, complete lack of personal space, complete lack of respect for celebrities?
Yes.
1000%.
Entitlement is the word.
It's the entitlement.
And it sucks
and you see
to be
with
like,
even like
people
Kylie
are entitled.
Kelsey.
Absolutely. Like
people,
that lady. Oh yeah.
God forbid.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Let's go all the way back to the bitch out around the world. Like, it's smell alcohol in your breath. You're embarrassing yourself.
Yeah.
Kylie Kelsey was like, you're not entitled to a photo with me and my husband
I'm
at all.
going
And
out
that
to
bitch
dinner.
was like, call the town on you. Fuck off. Like, that's crazy.
It's crazy to me.
And it is. It's like that. The entitlement that the fans have. Just because you see a celebrity doesn't mean you can run up on them with your phone in your face and be like, oh my God.
Let me get a picture.
I love my cell phone. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah.
I'm addicted to it. Of course, like nobody can live without their cell phone anymore. But people are using it as an extension of themselves. Your cell phone is not your own eyeballs, so you can't just walk around with it as if like, here I am, and let's document the whole thing.
So
like
rude.
with celebrities,
And also,
it's fucking bizarre.
Imagine
like,
to be
look with your eyes, wave, say hello, and I don't know.
Like maybe even like say like, hi,
later.
How are you? Like say something.
People
I feel
just,
like people just walk up to celebrities. They're like, let's take a picture, and then they just walk away. It's like
they have their videos going.
Yeah,
That's the craziest thing is that they'll see a celebrity, they'll open their phone, video on, recording, and they'll wait until they can sidle up and get a quick thing because photos like aren't fast enough anymore. And then it's always notice in those videos when it's somebody like crazy taking a selfie video with a celebrity who's just like trying to get through. Notice like the panic in their faces. Like that is what upsets me whenever I see those videos. I'm like, how does someone take a video or how does someone run up on a celebrity, take that video and then post it thinking like this is cool and normal? Look at that celebrity's face. Like they fucking hate you right now. Like, have a little bit of self-awareness. Like it's just it's embarrassing. I could never.
It's so embarrassing.
It's too embarrassing.
It's also like, again, with like the taking photos, whatever, like if a celebrity says no, you just have to be like, okay, I'm sorry, thank you.
You
like
say,
whatever.
Of course. Okay, yeah, okay.
Like,
huge fan. See you
they
later.
are allowed to say no. They're allowed, like maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe they just don't want to take a fucking picture with you. Like they're not entitled. Maybe they just don't look good that day. Photos.
I hate when I'm not ready for a photo. I hate taking a photo.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I do feel like there is a lot of entitlement with fans, and when celebrities say no or sorry, not right now, whatever, to a picture, whatever, people take it as an insult to them, and they feel personally vindicated, as if it, like, you know, it was a personal insult to them when they don't know anything that's going on with that person in that during that day or that moment, and then that fan will label them as a bitch or rude or whatever, or they don't like their fans.
It's that same fan.
Well, maybe they're just having a bad day.
Completely. It's that same fan who then goes on TikTok 6 months later and is like, here's my horrible interaction with Harry Styles.
Yeah, totally.
And it's like, what? And it's like, and it's not even a horrible reaction. It's that he didn't like kiss you on the mouth. It's like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, we all wish.
There's
just, it's gotten out of control. It's so out of control.
Respect.
I don't know how do we stop it? How do we stop it?
I don't know.
Can it be us? Are we going to lead the charge?
I'm
Cut
down.
the shit.
Yeah, guys.
Stop.
I mean, I'm sure people know, the people that we listen,
know,
like they know. It's just like it's these
Taylor Watch
crazy
fans know.
It's these crazy these crazy diehard fans. Like I don't know, like I just don't even think that they're fans. I think they're obsessed with celebrity and as a concept. Yeah.
And they want to become close to it, and they want to prove that they've been close to it with a photo or a video or something. Like I don't think that these people think like when you're think about people that you're a fan of. Like, obviously, we're fans of Taylor Swift. And obviously, yes, if we see Taylor Swift, of course I want a photo with Taylor Swift. But I am more excited to meet Taylor Swift. Yeah. Like, that, I probably wouldn't even think about. That's why half the time when you see Taylor meeting people, and this is something I love about her, you see Taylor meeting people, they're so starstruck and they're so like frozen that she'll be the one to be like, do you want a picture? Yeah. And I love that because it's like, that takes away all the awkwardness. That I don't feel like I'm invading your space or your privacy because I didn't ask. And also, I would love a photo. Like that's great. And also you're willing to give it to me and take a photo with me. That's fine. Yeah. But to like run up on someone, like I said, without even saying hello and putting a phone in your face, like that to me does not signal fandom. Yeah. It's like obsession in a crazy way.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying with that, but I think it's both, honestly. Like, because there are fans,
I guess people act in different ways.
There are fans that are like so obsessed with their person that like they think that they like have this relationship with them where they can act this certain where they can like act a certain way. I don't know. I mean, like, people are coming after Chappell being like, she's not that famous, whatever. Like, I don't know why people are acting like that.
I think
or why she is so famous.
I think
but
she's
like,
so famous
people
now.
are like, she's not famous enough to like
to talk like
to
that.
Be saying this kind of stuff. But like, you have to look at like, someone used this as an example on Twitter, like Christina Grimmie. I don't know if you know who that is. Exactly.
Oh,
like,
okay.
She was on American Idol. She had like a very small fan base, you know, whatever. Had a concert. A fan shot her outside the concert and killed her. Yeah. You never heard of this? I think she was on she might have been on X Factor or The Voice or something. Christina Grimmie.
That
she was
fucking horrible. I
she
did
might
not
have
know this
one
story.
song that you know. But yeah, so, and it was a fan. It was like a crazy obsessed fan. Like, and it's just, and it's like, you think that Chappell Roan isn't famous enough? Like, people who have these like really niche, really intense.
Your level of fame doesn't matter. It's the behavior that matters.
It's the behavior of
the
fans.
Behavior
and like, if you are close with your fan group, like I feel like these certain celebrities, if you are very interactive with your fans, whatever, they feel like they are entitled to getting to know you or being close to you or getting a picture with you or being in your personal space. And it's a really scary thing. And just because, you know, Chappell Roan isn't fucking Taylor Swift doesn't mean that she is not, you know, entitled to setting boundaries and wanting to be safe in any certain situation.
Absolutely.
Because there's these crazy freak things like the Christina Grimmies of the world, and it's so sad and it's so unnecessary. So yeah, I don't blame Chappell for feeling super unsafe. It's scary. People are fucking crazy.
Yeah. And that really is the moral of the story. The lesson learned is that people are fucking crazy. And yeah, I think that especially what you told me about you know, an account like exposing addresses and stuff that I didn't know.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just, was that in her statement? No.
No.
Okay. But yeah, I think that it's also important to note Chappell Roan's rise to this
so quick
level
and crazy
of fame.
too.
Like, she obviously has been working for a long time.
Yeah.
And so she has these songs and she's you know, done this life or whatever, but the attention that she's getting has never been on this level. And literally within the past like 4 months, it's gone crazy.
Yeah.
And so for her to put the kibosh on it now, I think is smart. Like, I think that I understand where she's coming from. I understand the need, or like to feel the need to do that. I think that, like, you know, obviously the jokes are going to come and people are going to be off put by it. Yeah. But to be honest, like, maybe some of the fans need a fucking reality check.
No,
like, if you're off put by Chappell Roan being like, hey, please leave me alone. Yeah. Get a grip.
I think if people are upset by what she said, then you got to take a little bit of a look in the mirror.
Then you're the problem, bitch.
Yeah, totally. Because what she said isn't really that crazy. She's like, I just want to like be able to like go outside and not get touched or grabbed or whatever. Like, don't put your hands on someone. I think that's fine. Like, don't ever put your hands on someone.
It's the hugs and
Why would you ever walk up to a random person on the
don't.
street and start touching them?
Never.
Why would you ever do that to a celebrity? It's like, like, ew. Like, I hate when people touch me in public, like, just in general. No. Scooting by and they put like a hand on my shoulder.
I'm like skeeved.
Don't touch
for no
me.
reason.
So like, imagine like some random dude coming up to you, puts his arm around your waist and like asks for a picture. Like,
especially
ew.
like drunk people.
Yeah.
People who are partying or young people. Like, I think I told this story one time. Maybe I don't know what like iteration of the podcast I've told it on, but where I went to the One Direction Good Morning America like summer stage thing.
Love.
During the Midnight Memory Store.
Love.
We were waiting like at 6 a.m. It was the whole thing.
Of course.
Me, my mom, my brother, and my brother's friend, this girl Jamie. And so we shout out to them. But so we had it was a great time, right? Like so good.
Yeah.
But there were these girls behind us, and this is like a fucked up thing. I've definitely told this story before, but I was like an adult. Like I was like, I think either in college or just graduated college, like certainly too old to be like as upset as I was, but I have a temper problem and whatever. And I have a short fuse, and I have like just no patience for annoying kids, really is what it is. So these girls were there. They're probably 14, 15. I don't know. They're behind us, and I would say every 10 minutes or so, they would just start screaming bloody murder. Oh. And the show had not started yet. Like we got there at 6 a.m. It wasn't starting till like 8. Yeah. And so we're all kind of, in this pit waiting for them to come on. And she just keeps like, just almost like a foghorn, but with blood curdling screams. And so before the show even started, I turned around and I said, "Knock it off." And my mom looked at me like, "Are you a monster?" And I was like, "Knock it off." And the girl was like, "What?" I was like, "Why are you screaming bloody murder? The show hasn't even started." I was like, "Please stop." And I was like, "Man." And then she looks at me with a face and goes, "You're really mean." And I said, "Yeah, I am." And I turned back around. And I'm sorry. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I understand that like, but like
they'll remember that for the rest of their life, and they won't ever scream again.
Because it was rude and annoying, and it was 7 a.m. and everyone was just standing patiently, quietly waiting, good fans, waiting for One Direction, and she every 10 minutes would go, "Ah!" like gargling in
Kelly,
your throat,
we're literally the same person. I would have done the exact same thing. I was at a Bristol Maroney concert.
It was fucking crazy.
This girl behind me was like literally trauma dumping like about her dad to her friend behind me. Mm-hmm. She was talking so loud, and I even had my earplugs in. I couldn't hear Bristol Maroney singing, so I turned around and I go, "It's kind of crazy that I can hear you talking louder than I can hear the singer sing."
No, it's like, I'm sorry, but people have to have spatial awareness.
Respect. Spatial awareness. It's have so respect important for people around you. Like, concerts are for the performer to sing. It's not for you to put on your own little show and start yapping away and start trauma dumping. Like, this isn't a therapy session. This is actually, Bristol Maroney is kind of a therapy session, but a musical therapy session.
Still, though.
Not a verbal,
don't talk through the whole fucking thing. And also, like, it's hard for us to sit here and be like, "Oh, shut the fuck up" at a concert when it's like the Eras Tour is the therapy session. But that's what I'm saying. Like,
but you're singing.
But people get it at the Eras Tour. Like, people, people get it at the Eras Tour. Like,
but they do.
But they do. Like, they understand.
Except for like there's like always like a few.
There's always a couple people that don't. But that's what I'm saying. Like, but they find out quick. Like, they get enough dirty looks from the real Swifties around them, and they cut the shit. Yeah. But the thing is, like, you go, you sing at a respectable level. Maybe a couple songs. When we're all screaming our lungs out, you scream your lungs out. You really, you gotta. It's all about spatial awareness. If everyone in your section is screaming at the top of their lungs, you scream at the top of their lungs. Yeah. If no one in your section is singing and you're the only one, just maybe keep it at a medium level.
Yeah, like you don't have to
sing.
Screech.
Don't hurt yourself. But it's a respect thing, people around you, and like I said, these girls and the way they were acting, they were obviously huge fucking fans. But that's the kind of, and yes, they're young. They were children basically. And I understand that children, will see someone like a Harry Styles or a Niall or whoever, and they're the kind of people that would run up on them and freak the fuck out and whatever. But I'm saying, like, that age range exactly, I would say 10 to 15 years younger than me, 33. That's who is a little bit of a problem when it comes to celebrities, I think, because of maybe a little bit younger, to be honest, younger than that. When it comes to the cell phone thing.
I feel like it.
And also on the other end, adults. Like, people old.
I was going to say, like, I feel like even like
people in their 50s don't
people
understand
in their 30s, 40s, like even like people my age. Like, I don't know. I feel like
I don't see anybody my age acting like that. That's the only barometer I have. Like, my friends would never fucking be caught dead. Like, anyone I ever know.
No, I could see like some of my girlfriends being like,
"I
want a picture."
No, mine are not. And maybe that's just the people I'm around. Yeah, but mine would literally never.
I don't know.
I have friends who are diehard fans that will go to like 100 concerts of like the same artist, but would never act like that around somebody. But but everybody my age is scared of their own shadow, so it's like, it could be that.
I don't know.
I feel like the teens are the current teens have a problem with like figuring out. Like, maybe because they've had screens for so long. It's like, I just want to blame technology.
You just want to blame Gen Z, and that's fine.
I will fit it in. No. Gen Z, I don't even think is. I would say the bottom half of Gen Z. But really, it's the younger kids. Kids that are younger than that. I think the Gen Z kids, they'll go on TikTok and like they'll be the one trying to take a picture with Chappell Roan one time and she says no, and then 6 months later they make a TikTok trying to cancel her. But I think the younger kids are the ones that are like encroaching on space.
Yeah.
Like they don't get it.
I'm going to Gracie Abrams in September, and I'm like, I've been seeing so many videos of people at the concert, and like people are fucking screaming. You can't even hear Gracie sing, and I'm so like, oh, I really hope it's not the case when I go, because like I want to be able to hear her sing, and she has like a really quiet voice.
She does. That's what I'm saying. She's not it's not a it's not like a ballads show. You know?
No, like people are like literally like screaming at the top of their lungs, and I'm kind of scared for that. But all right, guys, quick break for our besties over at Boll and Branch. You know them, we love them so much, and Boll and Branch is here to help you never sleep hot again with sheets that are woven to allow airflow and feel cool and crisp to the touch. Perfect for sleepers who run hot. Woo. And Boll and Branch has amazing options for hot sleepers. Choose from 100% organic cotton percale that's made with a naturally cooling weave, or their linen, which is made from European flax to be light, airy, and softer than soft.
Well, we love Boll and Branch. We always are talking about our besties. They're tippy top of besties. I want to shout out to them, one, because I did just buy myself new pillowcases that have little like back-to-back B&B, and they're cream.
Cute.
It's like textured a little. Okay. Oh, it's lovely. And they're on my bed now. They look amazing. That's number one. Number two, I talked about them. I met up with a couple of our Boll and Branch besties in DC and told them I was doing Surviving Barstool, and they since have sent me a lovely pair of PJs. So thank you.
Thank you,
Boll and Branch, for sending. You gotta get some PJs.
I know.
Huh?
I would like some PJs.
Get some PJs. They're so cute, honestly.
Well,
they're
have
really
like
soft and cozy.
We
have our ones from the Met Gala.
Oh yeah, those are like those silk ones. They're like really nice. They were really lovely, very breathable. I want like good like cozy PJs for like the winter.
They're cozy. Yeah, they're cozy as hell.
I'm jealous.
So yeah, they're really good.
I need to get some PJs from them. I still am just in love with the blanket that they gifted us.
Oh yeah.
So nice with the little Barstool logo on it. I use that blanket literally all the time. And Boll and Branch sheets are loved by millions of sleepers. So millions of people love Boll and Branch just like we do, and you should too. Boll and Branch sheets fit the deepest of mattresses and are labeled with top and bottom tags, so making your bed is easier than ever. And they also give you a 30-night worry-free guarantee with free shipping and returns on all U.S. orders. So, I mean, 30 days, you get to try it, sleep in it, wash it, whatever you want to do. These sheets are worth just the trial alone.
Absolutely.
I feel like if you're going to get a 30-day worry-free trial, you might as well try the sheets. If you don't like them, you can send them back.
Yep.
But I'm telling you right now,
you're not gonna.
You will, exactly.
You're not going to dislike
really, really love them, because we love them. We are big sleepers.
Yeah,
we love to sleep.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, so we need as comfy sheets as possible. So with Boll and Branch, we have gotten that, and we cannot thank them enough. So get your coolest, most comfortable sleep with Boll and Branch. Get 15% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets when you use promo code TaylorWatch at bollandbranch.com. That's Boll and Branch, BOLLAND branch.com. Promo code TaylorWatch for 15% off plus free shipping. Exclusions apply. See site for details.
I like your new phone case and October, by the way. I just noticed. So
I know.
Cute.
It's giving Pink Lemonade vibe.
She's working late. I don't know why.
Because she's a singer. It's kind of giving Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, a little bit. That's
her.
Your phone really is looking like Sabrina Carpenter right now.
I love that. Well,
why.
I really have been loving her new album. So.
Oh my God! Same. I can't stop listening.
Like, I can't
It's all I'm listening to.
Listening
of course,
to Sharpest Tool. I literally can't stop
so
listening.
Good. Bedchem,
Coincidence, so
loving.
Good. Juno, so good.
Yeah. You know what else is popping up on my list is
I really like Lie to Girls too.
Lie to Girls, and also Don't Smile. Don't Smile. I've really been kind of like bopping.
I like that. That one has kind of been a skip for me because I'm not in a like Don't Get Over Me.
Oh, I'm perpetually in a Don't Get Over Me mindset. Right. That's my favorite mindset.
But, Coincidence, Juno, Bedchem, Sharpest Tool have definitely been like my four. Juno, Bedchem, Sharpest Tool, Coincidence have been like my four on repeat.
Yeah.
And then what are the other ones? Oh, Good Graces is up there too, and Lie to
Good
Girls
Graces,
is up
of course.
Too.
Yeah. I would say my favorites from the other day still stand. Wait, hold on. I got a text from Nate being like, "Oh, he's so." Nate has been dying to leave a voicemail,
Oh.
and he didn't last week, and he's like, I forgot, and so he thought we were doing it today. He goes, shoot, have you recorded yet? Just now texted. I said, we are now. Why? What's wrong? So I've meant to leave my voicemail and forgot. I'm like, you still have a long time.
Yeah.
Which should we remind the
yes,
people?
Let's remind.
We have our voicemail episode, of course. We're recording it tomorrow, Wednesday, so make sure you get your voicemails in before, what's going on?
Big beep.
Electric toothbrush. Didn't it sound like that?
Yeah, kind
of. You get your voicemails in.
Yes.
Before, I'd say like noon-ish
tomorrow, yeah.
Wednesday, the number is
347-450-0723. 347-450-0723.
Quickly though, before we go, I think people get our stance on fans. I want to touch on the Charli XCX New York Magazine interview
totally.
because Taylor is
mentioned,
that. So that's obviously why I want to talk about it. But
very mature of Miss Taylor with her
Taylor.
Her
Can the same be said about Miss Charli? I'm not so sure after reading the article, but I still like Charli.
Okay, interesting.
Here's the thing. So the article it's well written, very good. If you're a Charli fan, you'll love it. It was a little long for me. It was a little bit of like the writer of the of the article. You know how like you've seen Almost Famous, the movie Almost Famous, where the kid goes on the road with the band and whatever. The writer of this article like wrote it from the perspective, or not from the perspective, but with the same attitude as if they were in like Almost Famous. Like it was like, it's very much like, and she took me to the spa, and then we did this, and then we did this, and like it's great and it's good, and I'm glad that it exists. I just like couldn't get out of that in my head, so it's really a little long. But the moral of the story is Charli XCX. This whole brat summer, the new look she's got going, everything's going on. It's all been like planned and in the works for like over a year.
Interesting.
Which I think is interesting. She said she is like being herself, but she has had to like fit other molds, and her last album, Crash or whatever, she tried to have that be kind of like her sellout pop album. Yeah. She says that literally. And she's like, people didn't really, get on it. And so then I just started being like kind of grungy in myself and this whole version of me, and people are, it's obviously taken off.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
She was asked about Sympathy is a Knife. Wouldn't say
she just
whether or not, like, she just was like, people are going to think what they're going to think. And like, that was basically it. Didn't confirm or deny. I think to me that's a confirmation. Like, I don't, like, if you don't automatically say no, then either you're working PR and you want people to talk about it because it's Taylor Swift related, or it is about that and you just don't want to admit it outright,
I think that's hard, because if she did say like, no, it's not, and then I think maybe people would start pointing fingers at somebody else. But then I think if she said like yes, people would be like, what the fuck?
For sure.
You know what I mean?
But
I don't know.
People would try to point fingers at someone else. Sure, they can go down the Rolodex. I mean, they clocked with Lorde right away.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anybody left that has like...
People think that Sympathy is a Knife is either about Taylor or FKA Twigs. Because FKA Twigs used to date Maddie Healy.
Oh?
Yeah.
interesting. Could be that.
Yeah.
The way she was talking about it, though, past that, it sounds like Taylor. Like in the article, it sounds like it's about Taylor. So that's all that. A couple of lines where it was like, she's kind of like, I don't know if I don't really care about Grammys. And then she was asking the interviewer, like, do you think I'm going to win a Grammy? Do you think I should win a Grammy? Like, should I be nominated? Like, in my head, knowing that she's British, I'm like, I just have to know that, like, half of this is jokes.
Sarcastic.
And in writing, it sounds weird. So I'll stick up for her with that. People are kind of dragging her for that. But it's like, she's joking around, whatever. But the thing about Taylor is that a few other people this interviewer reached out to a few other people, Benito Skinner, obviously, the influencer.
Yeah, he's
Benny
funny.
Drama.
Oh,
I love him.
Yeah.
But so random.
Yeah.
Him, M. Radikowski.
Okay.
No idea why she was questioned. I don't really fuck with M. Radikowski.
No, neither do I.
I don't. So,
she's like, I'm skinny.
Remember we kind of used to fuck with her? I was like down with her when she was like going through a breakup and like trying to, she dated that DJ and we were like, she can do better.
That was funny. Don't date the DJ.
Don't date the DJ.
Yeah.
But like,
but
I've since learned that she's kind of a shitbag. So
I actually kind of had respect for her when that video of her and Harry Styles came out. When they were like dirtily making out, like aggressively.
Like, each other's face. Yeah, of course. Like fucked up make out in the street.
I wish I was you.
No, of course. Anyway, so she was talking, but then, and I feel like there weren't that many other artists that they spoke to. Like there were, but there weren't. I don't know, bizarre. But one of them did happen to be Taylor. And Taylor said that she
said, I've been blown away by Charli's melodic sensibility since I first heard Stay Away in 2011. Her writing is surreal and inventive always. She just takes you to places you wouldn't expect it to go. And she's been doing it consistently for over a decade. I love to see hard work like that pay off.
Love it.
Super nice.
Good girl. You know,
she's always, Charli opened for Taylor for the Reputation tour. So like obviously Taylor saw something in Charli that like maybe not a lot of people didn't see.
Of course, at the time.
Yeah.
Which I'll say this, I forgot entirely about there was a bit of a snafu at the time, Rep Tour. When Charli went out.
Oh, yeah, because didn't she say, like, I hate, like, performing to kids?
She goes, whenever I perform those shows, it feels like I'm performing for a bunch of 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
And so the Swifties were like, what the fuck, bitch?
Yeah.
And so they kind of went off on Charli. Like,
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I must have missed my...
Yeah.
I didn't go to the Reputation tour. So
neither did I. I remember reading about that, like, when the whole beef started... When the whole like blocking beef thing started happening.
Right. So I don't know if like... It's clear to me that that Charli and her like band of misfits, like that group, don't think that Taylor is cool, and I think that like just in general, like not that they disrespect her or don't deny that she's so famous or that she's successful or whatever. I think it's clear they don't think that she's cool, and I think that that her fans are cool, and I think that that's fine. But I think that we just like to compare and contrast and to even like kind of put them together. Like I don't think that Taylor and Charli are ever going to have like a collaborative song. I don't think like, I don't know. The way Charli talks about it, I think it in that article specifically, and again, it's in writing, it's hard to tell tones and stuff like that. But I think it's really clear that they just think that they're in a different, like, oh, that's not us. Like that's not me,
and at the same time, like she's kind of right. Like they're just kind of in completely different realms.
Yeah.
Obviously they're both women and they're both in the pop world and they're both are singers, celebrities, whatever. But like Charli's, I feel like they're in two complete separate lanes. And I feel like from this whole blocking, whatever, beef, whatever. Yeah. The hatred or the beef between them kind of was fabricated in that blocking, whatever. And I feel like it blew up way more than it should have, or I feel like people added fuel to the fire, whatever.
Absolutely. And
you can tell from, Taylor's response and the fact that she even gave a statement in the first place. Yeah. That, it's
of course she did.
Yeah.
Imagine if she was asked and said no.
That would be crazy. Then it would say a lot.
That would say a
lot.
But
I think it says a lot that she did, and that obviously I don't think they have bad blood or whatever. I just don't think they're friends. Like
that's what I mean. I don't think they're
not friends. And not every celebrity has to be fucking friends.
No, and I don't think they run in the same circles. I think their mutual friend at this point is like Sabrina, and I think that they just and
don't. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. And I feel like people are always constantly trying to compare them, pit them against each other, whatever.
They're totally
it's
different kind of people.
They're just so in their own areas of pop, and that's fine. And like with the whole cover art, whatever, there was a lot of, or for the New York Magazine, there was a lot of controversy. People were up in arms because like there was like a picture of Charli in one of the photographs for New York Magazine, and she's on a ambulance bed, and her arm's cut off. Her arm is in an ice bath, and it has like some bracelets on it that say Charli XCX, and people are like,
they look like friendship bracelets.
Yeah, they look like friendship bracelets.
They're just beaded bracelets.
They're just beaded bracelets.
And also, it's like rave culture. It's like,
yeah, totally.
People need to chill out with the friendship bracelet thing. Like, I understand that, yes, friendship bracelets has become our thing, Swifties, but it's not only our thing. Like, friendship bracelets exist like in other corners of the world. Yeah, and a very loud corner of the world are the ravers, because they started it, and so that's what they say. I mean, I know obviously Taylor Swift did not invent a friendship bracelet, but the rave community, when the friendship bracelet frenzy started with, I think we talked about it on the show even, is they were all up in arms being like, you didn't fucking invent this. Like we've been doing this for years. This is rave culture. This is this is that. So to see that and like, I feel like sometimes things are about Taylor for sure. Not everything is about me, but what if it is? Like, some things are about her. some things just aren't at all, and you don't need to bring it there. Like, yes, you can draw lines to everything if you try hard enough, and you don't need to do that. There was nothing malicious there. I don't think that sounds insane to even be like, you know, to even say that.
People were just being like, I can't believe, like, after the Southport stuff, like, it's so distasteful.
No,
like, out of touch.
You can't think like that. You can't think like that.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of a stretch. It's exhausting. Yeah, and
it's toxic to think that way, by the way.
And yeah, again, rave culture. I didn't even really think about that, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
they go nuts.
Yeah,
I remember.
So it's like,
I thought we talked about it like early days.
I remember the rave community being upset, whatever. But I didn't even put two and two together. Like the bracelets, I kind of just was like, they're just bracelets, like whatever.
Right. They say her name, but they're like, they're apparently that's the but they kind of look like the one.
Yeah, they kind of do look like these. Yeah, these are JB3. Charlie trying to copy my brother's brand.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly. He's going to send a cease and desist. Charlie. Charlotte is her real name.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Cute.
Beautiful. I love that.
But yeah, I think, I'm honestly, I can't wait until this fucking whatever discourse is put to rest.
Same.
Because it's just like, at this point, it really just adds fuel to the like, why can't women just like each other? Like, you know, women in the same workspace. Like, let's just all just
women can be cordial without having to like kiss each other's asses and like be best friends. You know what I mean? Like, we're not friends with everybody.
Again,
like,
it goes back to like
the
celebrities are human. Yeah. You know, they go like Sabrina, like they go through the situationships, whatever. Doesn't mean that they're dating. They go through, you know, tiffs with other people in the industry. Doesn't mean that they hate each other. Doesn't mean that they're best friends. Doesn't mean that there's beef, whatever. We never know at the end of the day. And I think this article really points out the picture that there's really nothing there besides what people were fabricating.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah,
so,
I think that's that. All the I'll never believe a thing I read on Twitter ever again.
Yeah.
I'll never take that as fact. All the beef stuff. Yeah, it's just like fucking bullshit. So puts it all to rest.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. Catching up in the world.
I would say so. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, you guys heard the number. Please leave your voicemails and your thoughts. Anything like leading up to football. What do we want to talk about? What do we want to get into? Wrap it all up. Wrap up the summer. Wrap up the last year. Do we want like a let's go through the first half of the year situation? Let us know in the voicemails. Give us a call or text us or message us on Taylor Watch, and we will see you guys on Thursday.
Love you guys.
Love you.